Hands up if you survived the 2000s heroin chic era. If you're anything like me, you're looking at the world right now and you're thinking, how on earth are we going backwards with this? I remember growing up and it was a constant, I'm sorry about that background noise, a constant onslaught of magazine covers of women's bodies being ridiculed and ripped apart. She's too flabby, she's too fat, she's got cellulite, she's not taking care of herself. And I genuinely believe that the psychological repercussions of constantly being fed this narrative from a young age leaves a lasting impact on women. And then things started to change. We had the body positivity movement, we had Lizzo, we had Adele, we had so many body positive influencers who were out there showing you that actually you can exist in a bigger body and your weight has no connection whatsoever to your worth and your value. And don't get me wrong, I was never delusional. I never thought that fat and skinny were ever going to be on the same wavelength. I always knew that skinny was going to be the Western beauty standard and fat was just more accepted. But still, I genuinely believed we were moving in the right direction. And then the pendulum swung right back the way it came. Suddenly, we're back to praising celebrities whose arms are just skin and bone. We're no longer looking at the 2000s supermodel size 0. We are looking at something way beyond that. What we used to see growing up were the Kate Mosses and the Naomi Campbells, who were supermodels because they had this unattainable look. And yet now, it's everywhere. Celebrities are no longer just thin, slim, athletic. They are all shrinking down to almost nothing. And don't get me wrong, I am genuinely one of those people that thinks every woman is beautiful. In her own way, every woman deserves love and kindness and respect. But when you have this extreme rhetoric soaking from the media into the everyday lives of young women and girls, it stops being about what's beautiful and it starts being dangerous. Suddenly we're back to seeing what I eat in a day and it's the same calories that a toddler needs. We're seeing videos where women over 200 pounds are being shunned and slated for going to Pilates class. We're seeing women saying girls who are over 160 pounds need to act their size. It is a constant onslaught of hatred, shrinking yourself, eat less, be less. So if you've been looking at fitness spaces recently and you think, I don't belong here, and you go to the gym and you think, actually, I don't feel comfortable here, then this is the channel for you. Body inclusivity in fitness is not a trend that has been and gone, okay? It is there for life. It is a lifeline for so many women and I am here to ensure that it stays that way. I would argue that we need body inclusivity in fitness spaces now more than ever. So let's get into it. I don't just care about body inclusivity because of social media and the news and celebrities. I very much care about it because of what goes on inside my own head. For a very, very long time, I have suffered from a condition known as body dysmorphic disorder. And for those of you who do not know BDD, it is a thoroughly exhausting condition. It includes spending an extreme amount of time focused on perceived flaws in your appearance, whether they are real or imagined. It is extremely time consuming and it's very hard to separate reality from what is going on inside your own head. One of the things I find most difficult about being or trying to be part of the fitness influencer circle is that the industry very much praise on BDD and those BDD traits, because a lot of it is focused on body checking, tracking, trying to see progress before photos, after photos. And we call that dedication, and we call it discipline. And for many, many years, I thought if I just lifted heavier or ran further, ran faster, did more, always pushed myself to do more and be more, these thoughts and feelings would go away. Unfortunately, that was not the case, because I have been both very overweight and petite for my height and build, and either way, these thoughts continued until, in the end, with the support of my amazing fiance, I reached out for mental health support. So, through a prolonged period of working on myself, working on my mental health, and actively engaging in CBT, I had a massive breakthrough where I realised that these influencers that I was engaging with, or constantly watching and comparing myself to, and the other people that I saw in the gym or in real life, were not actually doing anything to help my mental health condition. They were actually keeping me stuck in that cycle. I think when you're constantly engaging in those environments, you are sending a subliminal message to yourself that you are a project that is not yet finished. You are a before picture. You are not where you need to be in order to be happy and to feel worthy. I think that is why body inclusivity in the fitness space matters. Matters now more than ever, and that's because we need to foster an environment where women can step into a gym and they can put their trainers on and go for a run with the attitude of, I'm doing this because I love myself and I love my body and I want to honour my body through movement, as opposed to, I hate myself and I need to change and I need to shrink and lose weight and then I'll be happy. If the only time you go to the gym, you look in the mirror and you're there because you despise what you see and you want to change, and you think that it's going to fix what's going on up here, you will forever see movement as a form of punishment, and you will forever see movement as a means to an end rather than something that's to be enjoyed and to be celebrated. My idea of fitness is that you deserve to move your body and love your body right now exactly as it is. It is okay if you want to make changes. It is okay if you are worried about a certain health condition and maybe changing your diet will help with that, or you want to get stronger because you've got kids and you want to be able to lift them up and run around with them. These are all things that you can do without hating yourself into doing them. Like, you can be on a weight loss journey without being horrible to yourself, without hating yourself into a new body type, because the chances are, if you do that, once you reach that goal weight, those thoughts are still going to be there. It's not going to change how you feel on the inside. It only changes what people can see on the outside. Now, I am coming to the end of my CBT. However, it's not quite finished yet. But there are some things, because obviously some days I still struggle. I don't wake up every day loving myself and thinking my body is amazing, and some days are harder than others. But there are some things that I do that you can do. The first one, and this is something my therapist actively encourages me to do every session, is stop body checking. I know it's really difficult in the gym because there are mirrors everywhere. Everywhere you look, there are reflective surfaces. You want to check your form, but at the end of the day, you can check your form without pulling yourself apart. You can watch yourself do an RDL and think, oh, I need to straighten my back a bit, without thinking, I'm not going to get into horrible things you can say about yourself, without thinking something negative about yourself. You are allowed to look in the mirror to check Am I doing this correctly? Is this the way my body should be? Is this... You're not looking in the mirror to compare yourself to the woman next to you. You're not looking in the mirror to pull apart your appearance. If you find yourself looking in the mirror and thinking negative things, it's time to stop. Take a drink from your water. Check your watch. God, even go on social media and scroll through videos of puppies. Anything to take your mind off where it currently is. Second, and this is also another really important but also very difficult thing when it is your own head that is the problem, you need to separate the fact from the fiction. You walk into the weights room, your brain's telling you, everyone's staring at you, you're the biggest person here. Everyone knows that you've not been to the gym before. Everyone's going to think that you're really weak. Everyone's going to think that you can't do it. Okay, I don't know if you've ever been to the gym, but I can tell you when I'm in the gym, unless someone's doing something really obnoxious and like getting in the way and using 10 pieces of machinery in one go, I don't care what anyone else is doing in the gym. The only person I'm interested in is myself, and I guarantee you everyone else there is doing the same thing. Is it fact? Is everyone in that room looking at you? No. And I mean this with complete love in my heart. It is very selfish to assume that that is what everyone is thinking about, okay? Everyone has their own worries, their own problems, their own insecurities. Everyone in there has a different narrative going on, and I can guarantee you do not come into it. The last thing is, if you really do feel uncomfortable, but you want to get into that environment and you want to get into fitness, find a time or day that's quieter. Find a space that's quiet. I don't know about all gyms, but I know my gym, and when I used to be at Pure Gym, they have like the rooms where classes are held, and if a class is not on in there at that time, you can go in there and it'll be quiet. It'll more than likely be just you, but even if it's not, there'll be like one other person in there. If that's what it takes to make you feel comfortable, do that, and then slowly you can step out into the weights room, and then you can go a bit longer, go at peak time. Treat it like a bit of exposure therapy. A little bit adds up to something massive. Oh, another one. You should follow fitness influencers or fitness... I don't want to call myself an influencer, I'm not quite there yet. But you need to follow people who represent what you want to see in the gym. If you want to see people who are different body sizes, proving that they can do things regardless of their size, follow that kind of person. Following people who promote what I eat in a day, 1,000 calories, how to shrink yourself, how to be smaller, how to be Beachbody ready, all that's going to do is get into your mindset and make you constantly feel like you are not good enough. The world does not need another influencer, another fitness girly, another running account telling you how to shrink yourself, how to make yourself smaller, how to get a flat stomach, how to go longer without eating. The world does not need that. We need more people out there showing the world that your body is capable and amazing just the way it is. If anything from this video resonated with you, made you feel seen, made you feel supported, then please subscribe to my channel. You can follow me over on TikTok. Like this video, share it with someone who you think needs a little pick-me-up and a little self-belief and a bit of body confidence today. Drop a comment down below of any fitness accounts that really inspire you and resonate with you and make you feel comfortable in your own skin. And I will see you in the next video.